What makes a good recruiter? So I've been a developer for about 10 years and I've seen all the little tricks recruiters have done to me when I was trying to get a job. And what I found was a lot of the stuff wasn't really necessary. So like recruiters love to use templated messages, have an email blast everyone they know. Um, and then whenever they talk to you, they pretend to care and think that, oh, you're special, when the moment that you you're not useful for their client, they just ghost you, they don't respond back to you. And they love to force like a really really long call one, and it's not really that necessary. uh so ever since we've been doing recruiting for ourselves, we found a list of things that were very effective, and we feel like every recruiter should be doing this, right? So the first one is you want to keep the job description very short and sweet and remove a lot of the fluff. And we find that when you do this, we get more people signing up and we have more candidates. And the reason is, when you think about it from the candidate's point of view, a candidate is trying to apply to as many jobs as possible and hope that someone will get back to them. So the less reading they have to do, the better it is. When we have the call one with them, we try to be very straightforward and like get things out the door. So we filter candidates by like money, their motivation for switching jobs, their skill sets, and we always do a technical test in the first call. And this way, like, we don't waste everyone's time. If the candidate is not good, we will know within 45 minutes. So instead of spending that long 1 hour call with the candidate, we can figure this all out within 45 minutes. And one big key thing I noticed was that depending on who you're talking to, if you're talking to more junior, intermediate people, this isn't so much of an issue. But when you're talking to senior people, a lot of them have a really strong ego, and you have to ask some very tough questions and see like how they react. If they react very poorly or like start getting angry, then you know they're probably not a good candidate, and it's better to figure this out now than like in a few months once they get on the job. Another thing that recruiters should be doing is basically telling when a candidate is lying or not about their skill level. So we notice that a lot of candidates that are a little bit more senior, so generally people between year they're working between 1 to 3 years, they're pretty honest about their skill level. But anything after 3 years, it varies, right? So a lot of times when people say, "Oh, I was a team lead," or like I've been doing this for 7 years, you ask them very basic questions like, show me a for loop of doing this. They can't even do it. So you have to be very careful when you're screening senior people and like get down to the basics, right? Like if they can't do basic stuff that a junior person should do, then they're probably lying about it. So I think this is very important for a recruiter to do. And one of the last points is just making sure everyone moves forward. Like sometimes the candidate is slow to answer you, or sometimes the employer is like dragging their feet. So it's on you, the recruiter, to make sure that the deal is closed. So I always try to make sure that like I keep in close contact between both of them and get them to completely finish the deal. So hopefully this was helpful information for you. If you want to learn more, you can come to our site at OneTouchRecruit.com or book an appointment if you would like to use our services.